While the gargoyles primarily exist to be a source of comic relief in an otherwise serious movie, there's one scene that seems to suggest there's something deeper to them. If you don't remember this part, Frollo has just chained Quasimodo to the pillars of Notre Dame after having followed him to the Court of Miracles to capture Esmeralda. Afterwards, the gargoyles try to convince Quasimodo to break through his chains and rescue her because they know he's strong enough to, but he's too tied down by his metaphorical chains of guilt and tells them to go away. And here is how they respond to that.
Okay, Quasi. We'll leave you alone. After all, we're only made out of stone.
We just thought maybe you were made of something stronger.
And even though this is a very short segment of the film, there is so much to talk about here. Firstly, this line about being made of stone is almost certainly a reference to the 1939 Hunchback of Notre Dame, where the final scene famously has Quasimodo say to a non-living gargoyle,
"Why was I not made of stone like thee?"
This is an expression of his loneliness as he watches a crowd cheer on Esmeralda as she leaves with her lover, which is quite a different ending from this version of Hunchback, where Quasimodo not only accepts Esmeralda and Phoebus's relationship, but he actually gets to celebrate in the public with everyone else. This Quasimodo is ultimately more self-actualized and fulfilled than the one who ends his story still wanting to be made of stone. Laverne is right when she said that he's made of something stronger. There's actually another layer here that goes back to Victor Hugo's original Hunchback of Notre Dame novel. While there are no singing gargoyles in the novel, Hugo does present Notre Dame as being metaphorically alive, and Quasimodo feeling comfort from the company of the building and its architecture, including the gargoyles and grotesques. This is something that's carried over in practically all adaptations of the story, with Quasimodo being a sort of fixture of the building itself.
This is where I belong.
And these films break this connection by highlighting this difference between him and the building, that he is not made of stone. In the 39 film, this is tragic because he's able to feel loneliness and sadness unlike the rest of the building. But in the Disney film, it's what makes him special. It's what allows him to break the pillars of the building and rescue Esmeralda. And this happens because of his emotion at seeing Esmeralda almost be killed. It's his humanity that makes him different than the building. And it's also that humanity that allows him to join society in the end. Many people view these gargoyles as figments of Quasimodo's imagination, and while we can talk about that reading in another video, another way to look at them is as the protectors of Notre Dame. Real Notre Dame is famous in part for its many gargoyles and grotesques. Many people believe that they were carved this way to ward off evil, which is exactly what the gargoyles are doing at the end of this film when they're defending Notre Dame from Frollo's soldier. And if we look at them this way, we can also see them as protectors of Quasimodo. After all, as I said earlier, he's also often seen as a permanent fixture of Notre Dame.
Up there, high in the dark bell tower, lives the mysterious bell ringer.
Now, whether you view them as just figments of Quasimodo's imagination or as the protectors of the cathedral, they help Quasimodo in this moment see that he's more than just the bell ringer of Notre Dame. In that way, I think it is the most effective scene of the gargoyles in the entire film.